El aplauso fortísimo para ellas, que estarán al finalizar las peleas para tomarse la foto y el autógrafo darte, donde está la mercancía oficial de Mexico City Guerreros, para que tú adquieras lo que quieras. Hoy todo a un precio. Señoras y señores, para la siguiente contienda en peso ligero, vamos a traer directamente desde la República Dominicana. Se une al equipo de los Gallos de Miami, Roberto Navarro.
Making his way in now, Roberto Navarro from the Dominican Republic, another fighter from the DR, 22 years old, 9 years experience. He was an Olympian in 2008, DJ, and he got kind of discovered there, but made the round of 16 of the World Championships in Milan in 2009. About the time they started thinking about holding a draft for the World Series of Boxing. This guy fights right-handed or left-handed. He's a pure fighter. He likes to use speed, and this matchup tonight is a rematch from earlier this season. Matter of fact, it was December 9th when he beat this guy from Mexico City.
I heard it was a fantastic fight. I heard it was a very close fight. Now, if Navarro's got that Olympics experience, that's always going to help him in a situation like this. Made it to the quarterfinals in the World Championships. Those things never hurt. That's great experience. We'll see what happens tonight.
Okay, here come the Aztec Warriors with Juan Pablo Romero. This guy is bad news, by the way. He moves forward, he applies pressure, he loves to work inside. Got a big right hand. He'll circle a little bit, but then he goes back to his Mexican roots. His record is not that great this season, but he's 1-2, but he's certainly shown a lot of flashes of being a great lightweight in this series.
I've heard very good things about him, even though his record is 1-2. Everybody in this tournament is matched very tough, so records don't tell the entire story. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he does against a guy who has been to the quarterfinals of the World Championships and was an Olympic representative for his country.
Y los Guerreros Mexicas de la Gran Tenochtitlan. Ellos estarán también en el pasillo de la entrada principal para que le tomes la foto. Guerreros, guerreras y demás. Señoras y señores, 5 rounds en la categoría de peso ligero. El referee en esta ocasión es el señor John Kennedy del Brasil. Los jueces Roberto Servide y Gerardo Poggi de Argentina y David Yaurado de Estados Unidos. Vamos a presentar a la esquina azul. Él es campeón continental en el Elite de las Américas 2010. Su récord amateur es de 160 peleas ganadas con 15 perdidas, 185 en total. Su récord en este torneo es de una pelea ganada y 2 perdidas. Se une a los Gallos de Miami desde la República Dominicana, Roberto Navarro. En la esquina local tenemos un medallista de plata en el Campeonato Continental de las Américas del 2010. Su récord amateur consta de 179 peleas, 171 de ellas ganadas y 8 perdidas. En este torneo ha ganado una pelea y ha perdido 2. Directamente de esta ciudad capital, Juan Pablo Romero. Peleadores al centro con el referee.
All right, let's take a look at the head-to-head. Similar in age, similar in height. Romero's got a 2-inch height advantage, similar in weight. I've looked for the experience of Navarro to be the determining factor here. 1-2 in the tournament is Romero, 1-1 is Navarro. Pretty evenly matched on paper.
Your referee is going to be Jones Kennedy. It's Angel Nazario, you can see there talking to his fighter. Jones Kennedy is your referee. I'll tell you one thing about talking to I wanted to mention tonight the head coach, Pat Burns, is having a medical issue. We wish him well in Miami. Couldn't be here tonight. I understand he's going to be fine. His brother, Joe, is in the corner. And with the Spanish fighters, you see Angel Nazario in there with the Spanish fighters. He'll work those. Joe will work the last 2 fighters of the evening. But they were mentioned, I was talking to Joe about this Navarro. He says, you know, he's a pure fighter, uses his speed. He scores points, he gets out. But the problem we have here, BJ, that doesn't work so well in the World Series of boxing, where the scoring's a 10-point must system, because you can rack up a lot of points under the amateur system, which you fought under. But this is a whole new ball game here.
The scoring criteria is actually quite different in the pros. We got clean punching, effective aggression, defense, and ring generalship in that order. Good body shot coming out in the round.
Right out. Navarro came across like a house on fire and took it right to Romero.
Looking to set the momentum early in this first round, but I was saying the most important thing in pro scoring is the effective punching. Clean, effective punching. So that takes precedence over everything else.
That's a sense of urgency for the Miami fighters, because they've been down here a couple of times already. They know in this thin air, you know, if you're going to get a lot of work done early, if you're going to do it. But this is a very even matchup. Last time it went to the Gallos fighter, but it could have gone either way.
Good right hook. Once again, we got another Dominican Republic fighter who's a southpaw. Let's pay attention to that front foot and see if he can work to his right slightly better than Diaz.
Romero is from the state of Mexico. There's a state of Mexico in Mexico, by the way. Nice right hand from Romero. Boy, they're letting him go here.
Good left hook by Romero as well. And we know the punches that are always the bread and butter fighting a southpaw are the right hand left hook. Romero's taken that to heart, and he's landed some good punches early in this first round.
Great matchup. A lot of action here in the first round. And we don't hype it, folks. When you watch the World Series of Boxing, you're going to see some of the most action-packed boxing anywhere in the world. These are young fighters not out there to protect their record, yet they're out there to earn a reputation, and there's a big difference.
Good body shot counter by Navarro. You see Navarro kind of being patient here and just kind of looking to counter. He's got slightly quicker hands than Romero, so he's trying to take advantage of that. Good shot, good punches, good left hand.
Good right hand got in there for Romero also. These exchanges are so fast, it's hard to tell who's getting the better of what, but they are throwing at a rapid pace. Romero pumping that jab out there a little bit.
I like the taller Romero using that jab to set up his right hand and his left hook.
Well, I told you he's bad news. This guy can take punches. He'll get in there and brawl with if he has to.
Good right hand. Good strong right hand by Romero.
Good counter there. Navarro comes back with a left counter. Round 1 blistering by under 50 seconds already here in Mexico City at the Jose Cuervo Salon. Alan Massengal working tonight with BJ Flores, one of the top cruiserweight professionals in the world, giving you his unique perspective from someone who was a brilliant amateur.
Oh, right uppercut.
That uppercut stung him. It stuck his head back. Navarro coming back, closing his eyes, but he got hit with that one.
And Navarro's fighting a very intelligent, good left hook by Navarro. He's fighting a very intelligent first round, a very aggressive, intelligent first round, and he's really set the pace for this fight. I think he's got Navarro in a little bit of trouble right now, Alan. Good body shot.
Body shot right there, exactly. That hook would have put the lights out if he'd have landed it on Navarro right there. He's throwing everything at him.
Stop. Good first round for Romero. He looks very alert out there, very sharp.
Some of the action here. That was elbow and punch right there.
Very similar. He did it too.
See some of the action. Romero's effective punches. Now here's Navarro countering to the body, but Romero, he just ate one. That left hand. He ate another one right there, BJ.
Yeah, he did. Strong punches from Romero. I like what I saw from Romero in that first round. Good right hand right on the tip of the chin. That's the punch that can knock you out. That one that hits you on the chin. It cuts the circulation from the brain to the rest of the body, and that's what makes you get knocked out. Very pinpoint punching by Romero in that first round.
We are in the lightweight division, our second fight of the night. Miami Gallos. Navarro.
Good left hand and he goes down. Romero's in a lot of trouble. He landed a big punch.
Give him the count.
Caught him with a hard left hand right against the ropes. Romero got squared up and paid a heavy
Still
price for
blinking.
it.
They gave him the count, the standing count right there.
Let's see if Navarro can turn up the tempo here. Good body shot.
Romero's still hurt.
He is. He's definitely dazed.
He's still dazed. Navarro, explosive left hand. As I was setting up the second round, he started the second round the way he started the first. Bull rushing Romero a bit, who wasn't ready for it. And down he went. And let's see if he can gather his senses. He's okay, he seems to be right now, because he's throwing like crazy.
Romero got his legs back under him a little bit. He was hurt for a moment, but that moment is now past, and he's really starting to work his way back in this round now.
What a great fight. Look at the action. Now Navarro's trying to hold on. He might have gotten staggered a little bit.
He might have punched himself out a little bit in that corner, Alan. He's still trying to catch his breath.
He just got caught with a left and a right and a left. Navarro getting caught now. My goodness, this is what the folks paid to see. Romero measuring up with that left hand and coming back with that straight right hand. He's turned it around after going down.
Romero gets great extension and great explosion on that right hand. He really brings that right shoulder through and makes that punch count. Once again, Navarro has got to move to his right. That's Romero's best punch, his right hand. If he will move to his right, he will put himself out of harm's way. Good left uppercut, good right hand.
Well, Navarro looks like he's stunned. What a great second round. One of the best rounds of action in this entire series all year. Tighten up those seatbelts, folks. These guys are going to let it rip. Who will be left standing?
And Navarro looks a little fatigued to me at this point.
Sure does.
His legs don't look the same. He's trying to grab. He's not being as aggressive as he was early. Might have punched himself out a little early in the round.
Well, he's doing a professional thing right there, trying to hold on. He
Good
got
body
clipped
shot.
the right hand.
Good left hook to the body by Romero. And you see Romero changing up his angles. He's landing the jab, the right hand, the left uppercut, the right uppercut. Good right hook.
Ooh, that was a nice hook from Navarro. Now Romero backing off a little bit. Hey, don't make no mistake, both fighters have a lot of pop.
They really do. I think we're seeing evidence of that in that second round. But Romero changing his angles is allowing him to hit Navarro with different punches and getting himself back into this fight. After what looked like an almost certain 10-8 round, he might be able to pull off a 10-9 round with the manner which he's handled himself in the last bit of this round.
Final seconds to this great second round of the lightweight division. We knew this was going to be a bang-bang, pop-pop matchup, and that's what we got. Wow.
Fantastic second round.
Body shots right at the end. There it is.
It's the left hand right there.
The two left, he doubled up on his left, and that was a clean one.
And you can't see it to the naked eye.
You couldn't see it.
Romero's head didn't move much, but he caught him right on the point of the chin. And that's the punch that we were just talking about. That's the exact punch that'll make you go down.
And they were on the other side of the ring.
Good body shot.
And Navarro's back. That's what he got hurt from, that uppercut. Look at that. Boom.
You saw how Romero set it up. He shoots the left hook to the body to bring those elbows out, and then comes right up the middle with the left uppercut. Very, very excellent trick that Mike Tyson used to actually use the right hook to the body and the right uppercut to open his opponent up. Very good.
We go to round 3 in the lightweight division, and once again, Navarro comes out throwing to the body. Let's talk about that punch that put Romero on the canvas. He had his back to us, and I didn't actually see him double up on that left, but as BJ was pointing out, you land one on the chin like that, you're going down.
And I actually scored that last round 10-9 for Navarro. I wanted to give it to him 10-8 because of the clean knockdown, but Romero really battled his way back in on the second part of the round and really controlled the action and landed a bunch of hard shots to make it 10-9.
We're going to do a little dancing here a little bit. I'm going to be concerned if I was Miami about this altitude. I've mentioned it many times, but it is a real factor. And Navarro has thrown a lot of punches, and Romero is looking to dig in and sit down on him right now. Good shot to the body right there.
Good body shots. He's thinking in there. Then he comes with a wide right hook. What I like about the taller Romero inside is he comes from a lot of different angles. He sees if Navarro's covered up, he'll come with the uppercut. If he's not, he'll come with the wide hooks. He really uses all his array of punches, and he has every punch in the book.
Nice inside work from Navarro. There's so much action sometimes. There's a right hand. over the top. Navarro having a pretty good round here.
He is.
Doing a good job against the taller fighter. So there's so much action. Sometimes I don't have a lot of time to give any background on these guys because they're in there taking care of business. But I wanted to mention Romero's 20 years old, so he's a young fighter, but he's been in the ring since he was 12 as an amateur. They start young here in Mexico. Some very hard shots being thrown in there.
They do, and you can tell both guys have a lot of experience. Good right uppercut.
That uppercut was nice, wasn't it, BJ?
He was, and Navarro was digging the body shots in at the same time, and he paid his price. Got hit with a nice uppercut.
It's going to take a while for these two guys to recover from this type of action. Romero, I said 20. He just turned 21, so I stand corrected. But anyway, he started along when he's very young.
And you see here in the clinches, Navarro starting to fall forward and clinch. His legs might be getting a little tired on him. This is a good opportunity for Romero to good body shots by Romero.
He dug in right on the belt line. Nice right hand also. Romero's doing the chop him down routine now.
He's fighting very intelligent. Hands up, hands high. He's making Navarro fight, and he's digging those body shots in.
Left hand. Navarro comes back with a knife. He's still got enough danger in him. But Romero using his size right now.
He is. He's really imposing his will. And Navarro's still got one or two hard punches. He doesn't have the consistent power like Romero has right now. All of Romero's punches are pretty hard.
He's getting shaky in there.
He is.
He's getting very shaky. Final seconds, round 3. Long way to go in this fight. He is really looking winded, and he's just had a guy in his face the whole time in the form of Juan Romero.
Good round for Romero. Navarro's got to come up with something in these final 2 rounds.
Oh, hell, flash of heads almost there, BJ. You got a righty-lefty situation, but we're just looking at attrition right now on Navarro, and a very thin air, too.
We are. And I think that's definitely going to play a factor, a big factor in these final 2 rounds. We're already starting to see evidence that Navarro is a little fatigued, and Romero's taking advantage of that.
See him holding on. Explain, BJ, what happens when these skilled fighters are having a hold. They're trying to get a break, basically, right? We're scheduled for 5 in the lightweight division. It's been a tremendous thriller. Wow, look at him. Romero doesn't want to be on those ropes.
He doesn't, but he's actually got some very, very effective short punches in there, Alan. He really does. For a tall guy, it's rare the taller guy has the better short punches, and Romero's got a good uppercut and a good left hook.
Seen a little blood, I don't know from where. That's a shove. No shoving, no grabbing. That's what we're getting here from Jones Kennedy. Yeah, we got a little, nice body shot. Navarro's been able to go down there. Now Romero wants to let it go. Romero wants this to turn into a street fight. That's what he wants. Off the break right there, crowd reacting. Boy, this is a good fight. If you like pure fighting, that's what you got.
Good short left uppercut inside. You see that? He had his head right in the middle, and Romero took advantage with the 2 double short. Now, there it is again. He's starting to find a hole for that punch.
And you see Navarro stepping away from it.
Good body shot. Another great Mexican fighter who had that same short left uppercut was Eric Morales. He used that good right hand by Romero.
He had a left-right right there. This is
really starting to impose his will. We're seeing who the stronger man is inside, Alan. I mean, Romero's really pushing Navarro back. He's landing the harder punches now.
Jones Kennedy getting a little frustrated with these guys in there. Navarro's in trouble.
Navarro's exhausted.
He's exhausted and he's in trouble.
His punches don't have the same zip on him anymore.
He's trying to walk his guy across the ring. He is sucking air right now. Navarro of the Gallos, and Romero is more than ready to try to put him down if he can. But I got to say this, Navarro came out tonight swinging. He just got caught right there in the corner. Navarro's wobbling. I think it's from exhaustion.
I think it's a little bit of both.
Both, but right now he's just having trouble catching his breath. Not as much snap as BJ said on those punches.
And he definitely is exhausted, and when you get in that ring and you're exhausted, it's tough to do what you want to do. And he's still looking to pick his spots, but Romero's in his face, and he's not giving him a chance to regain a second wind and to make anything happen. Romero's applying his will.
As we often say, when you're out of gas in the ring, there's no filling station there.
And Romero's not doing anything too complicated. He's walking in with his hands up. He's not really moving his head. And he's landing the straight punches right down the middle. And it's effective. Navarro has to find a way to
Navarro's getting vulnerable now. He's wobbly. Oh, that right hand. Navarro's in trouble. Will he make it through the 4th round? He is just staggering around.
I think he's going to make it through this round, but the next round is the real question. I mean, Romero's got him in some trouble here.
Romero chopping away. Wow.
Good round for Navarro. I'm sorry, for Romero.
Let's look at some of that work, BJ. Explain what Romero's been able to do as we take a look at some of the highlights right here. Romero's, that right hand missed, but he is just right in his face and able to take those sails out of Navarro. So it's just a matter of attrition right now.
It is, and right there you see Romero pushing his man back. You know, that's not a legal move to do in boxing, but he's imposing his will on his man, and I think Navarro really felt it in that round. He's going to really have to dig deep and look for some answers in this 5th and final round because he needs to win it in a big, big way. If not, Romero's going to get some excellent, sweet revenge tonight.
Well, I think he's been thinking about this rematch. He lost down here on his home turf. Man, that was a great combination right there. I don't know.
You know, Romero's fighting a very intelligent fight.
They're working with him over here in the corner. We go to the 5th and final round here from the Jose Cuervo Salon in Mexico City. Every round, Navarro's managed to come out and land some good punches, but then Romero takes over. How do you have it going in round 5?
I've actually got it 3 rounds to 1 for Romero. I feel like besides the round where he was knocked down, he's really dominated this fight. And even the latter part of the 2nd round where he was knocked down, he dominated. So Romero's in control, and then Navarro's the one who's got to change things up. I really feel like he needs a knockout here, Alan, to win this fight. Otherwise, Romero's been too good.
I don't know if he's going to be able to get it. He's circling right now because he's trying to keep out of harm's way. They worked on him in the corner. Tried to get him encouraged, Navarro, to go out and see what he can do. But Romero, I said he's bad news. I mean, I feel the pressure over here from this guy. That's the kind of pressure he puts on constantly every time I've seen him fight.
Now, one thing for Romero to do here, you see how he's just kind of chasing Navarro. If he would use his jab and put that jab out there, that will allow him to land that right hand clean and maybe get the knockout he desires. But he's just kind of following Navarro right now, and he's wasting time because Navarro's surviving through the round.
Little do-si-do.
If Romero will start to use that jab, he could set up his other punches and look for the knockout. Navarro is very, very exhausted.
Yep. They've really gone at it. I tell you, it's been a great show in the lightweight division. I don't think Navarro really has enough left to engage anymore. He's getting hit from behind right there. He stuck his head through there. Now, whose fault is that?
That's, you know, a little bit of both, but as a fighter, you never turn your back, and I think he just got off balance a little bit and got turned outside the ropes. But, I mean, he's very tired. He's falling forward. His legs don't look like they're underneath him anymore.
1 minute left. 1 long minute for Navarro.
Yeah, he's very tired in there, Alan. He's looking to grab every single time. Now, if Romero would just use his jab here and set up the other punches, we can really see evidence of the exhaustion that Roberto Navarro is feeling right now.
Good point. Go to the jab, just set it up, close it out. I don't think Navarro, those gloves are real heavy right now. He's falling forward, he could go down. He's just in a survival mode. That right hand hurt.
Good right hand.
Romero wants to close the show, and he could. Navarro's done.
And Navarro's grabbing, he hasn't really done anything offensive for
He just spit out his mouthpiece, he's done.
Actually, I think he's doing that just to get a little breather because he knows the referee will give him, you know, and the clock is still running there. In the pros, the clock still runs when you spit your mouthpiece out. The amateurs actually stop the clock and make you put the mouthpiece back in. So he bought himself 20 seconds right there.
Well, I said he was done. That's what he did to get himself one last flurry, but he spit it out on purpose, and that was adios.
Yeah, good win for Romero. Very impressive fight, and even more impressive that Romero lost the first fight.
He's saying, hallelujah, Navarro is, I made it through. Getting booed from the crowd, like, why are you holding your hands up? These are sophisticated fight fans in Mexico. Let's take a look at, it's more of this. This is an exhausted Navarro, that's what you're seeing. That's not a good position, is it, Mr. Flores, to be in when you just got nothing? Nothing.
It's not, and he's grabbing, he's leaning forward. His legs aren't completely under him. He's not comfortable inside there, Alan, so that's why he's doing that. He's looking for the referee to break it up and give him a chance to reset on the outside.
Well, then he got a chance to break it up himself by spitting out his mouthpiece.
Right.
I mean, and I can't emphasize enough, it's tough when you're 7,300 feet above sea level. I mean, that's 1.5 miles high. Oh, that hurt right there, that clash of heads. Yeah, we got the music playing. So here comes Victor to give us the decision. That was a really impressive performance by Romero. I've been impressed with him all year. This guy's a tough warrior.
Yeah, he is, and the mental toughness that he showed to be able to come back and dominate a guy who beat him. That's very impressive to me. He's got a lot of mental strength, and this guy's got a lot of potential. Keep an eye on him in the rest of the tournament.
Señoras y señores, tenemos la puntuación. We have the scores. El juez Roberto Servide vio la pelea 50-45 a favor de Juan Pablo Romero. José Servide 50-45 on behalf of Romero. El juez Gerardo Poggi y David Jaurado vieron la pelea 49-46. They saw the fight 49-46 a favor del vencedor por puntos, Juan Pablo Romero.
Well, you can see that well, good for him. Navarro didn't believe, I don't believe he lost every round. I think he did win one round, and BJ Flores had it correct, but it was a dominating performance. Congratulations to Pablo Romero, a guy that had beaten him before, and he has really improved. He stuck to his game plan, landing the power shots, taking the steam out of this guy who's really got the crowd riled up right now. He's just glad to be out of there.
I think he is too, Alan. He fought a tough fight, but in the end, Romero was a better fighter tonight, and the right guy got the decision.
Good job. Okay, so that's going to put the score right now, commanding 2-0 lead for the Mexico City Guerreros. All they need is one more victory, and they've got one of their aces, their second ace of the night coming up in Yamaguchi Florentino, ranked number 6 at the WSB. Some more of the action from earlier. You see right here, it was a winded and wounded Navarro who was looking for some place to hide, but inside the square circle, there is no place to hide. You can grab, you can run, but you cannot hide. Impressive victory for Juan Romero as he moves on to go to 2-1 this season. And it's also Navarro, his team going down 0-2 tonight.